Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Fasten your seatbelts and get set to go for the final game of the night. It's the 2017 Tournament of Champions semifinal edition here at the Pine Belt Arena in Toms River, New Jersey. Jacob Schwartz and Terry Collins, who will be with us shortly, as the Teaneck Highwaymen continuing at what's been another improbable season, winning their second consecutive Group 3 championship as they knocked off the Ewing Township Blue Devil team, and will look to focus on the Patrick School Celtics. You have your roster. It'll be the Teaneck the Teaneck Highwaymen, led by their dynamic duo play of Jacque James. 21 points he scored the other night, and Leandre Washington, who has made his triumphant return home from Teaneck. What an addition, what an impact he made with over 17 points in the overtime win over Newark West Side. As for the Patrick School, I think words, really you can't say much about what you're going to get, as the Patrick School features 6 Division I players. No, keep your notes. But I gotta, like I said, let me take care of the rest. Again, the Patrick School will take on the Teaneck Highwaymen. St. Patrick's, led by their McDonald All-American, Nicholas Richards. Richards going to the University of Kentucky for head coach John Calipari. And now we bring in again our second member of this broadcast program, Terry Collins. We've seen the Patrick School in the past. This team can beat you at both ends of the ball. Their guard play of Marcus McClary and Jameer Harris, Monmouth and Minnesota respectively, and Nick Richards could be the next big thing to come out of New Jersey. And when I say big thing, I mean big.
Right, and they have outstanding height here on this team. 9 times out of 10, they're used to towering over the competition. Teaneck is going to be able to match them in certain positions with their height, so we'll see how it pans out or how it plays an advantage for them during this game.
The starting lineups for tonight, the Patrick School, the usual starters of Jameer Harris and Mark McClary and Jordan Walker, who's being scouted by schools like Hofstra and Seton Hall, who are here today. Also, Bull Ajang and that McDonald All-American, Nicholas Richards. Ajang also committed to Division I school. He'll play for Mike Dunleavy Sr. and the University of Kentucky. Richards gets it going. We're off and running. St. Patrick's, the number 1 school, or number 1 seed in TOC, the new non-public B state champions, knocking off the Hudson Catholic. First 2-pointer easily for Nicholas Richards. And on the starting end, it'll be Jacque James and Jaden Dawson and Leandre Washington and Pierre Sal. Walker, easy 2. Jerome Smart, the head coach, as Jordan Walker with 2. Jerome Smart, the longtime coach at Teaneck, co-coaches over at Patrick School, a longtime assistant Chris Chavatis, now the principal at the Patrick School, and the longtime former Division I standout coach Robert Morris, and Rutgers' Michael Rice. James with a 3. And Terry, this is the thing that, again, Teaneck's going to have to do, is they're going to have to, remember, in 1985, the Villanova Wildcats shocked the basketball world by knocking off an improbable team. And I remember many scouts believed that Villanova was playing a god. They had to shoot close to 80%, as Jordan Walker and his Patrick School team shooting close to that, as Patrick School's Jordan Walker with his 5th point, his first 3 of the night. Is that what Teaneck is going to have to do here in this game, is shoot close to 80%?
Well, they're going to have to play smart. They're going to have to utilize most of their possessions, cut down on the turnovers. They're going to have to definitely offensive rebound and box out. And, again, they have to take advantage of key situations. They can't let this game get away from them early either.
And right now, the Patrick School, again, has looked very sharp. Here in this first game, or here in this second game, again, Don Bosco making history, becoming the first team to punch their ticket into the TOC Finals. That 3, no good, attempted by Washington. Again, Adrian Baucom is the 5th starter. The officials for tonight's game, Brian Scipio Mike Fogarty and Rich Lipford are the three officials, three very well-respected officials in the NJSIAA. Again, our player of the game tonight for Don Bosco, Marcellus Erlington, 23 points and 10 rebounds. James inside again, in trouble. Bump and run is good. And this one's scored. I believe this is going to be by, as we're going to find out for the Highwayman, I think I believe that's Corey Gordon. Or is it? No, it's not. It's I think it's Corey Petty. Inside, good for Richards again. He delivers. He delivers on the goods, and Richards has 4. And so far, Walker and Richards have taken control of this one. Teaneck defeated Wayne Valley in the first round, knocked off Wayne Hills in the second, took down Old Tappan by 11, won the sectional championship over Riverdale. That was a no-brainer, a 35-point or 33-point win. And in the state semifinal, they knocked off Barringer, took down Ewing in the state final, and just a few nights ago, knocked off Newark Westside as a 3-point play opportunity for Richards is good. 10-2 as Washington knows. Sal, as the struggles continue, and right now Patrick School looking like the team of old again here in this second game. Walker for 3 is no good. As Shang, the future Tulane commit, in trouble. Spoke with members of the St. Patrick School coaching staff, and they mentioned to me that, you know, although Teaneck has a lot of good guard play, St. Patrick's is big, and I mean big. What do you make of this Patrick School team? Because, you know, Mike Rice is frustrated after his daughter's Red Bank Catholic team went down earlier today. What do you think of this Patrick School team? Have you ever seen a team this big?
No, and I was kind of wowed when I seen them play against Hudson Catholic last week. These kids are towering, and they have more height on the bench also.
Jacquay James following a 21-point night that he had the other night. First 2 of the night for James. Here's the steal. Here comes Jacquay James. He'll slow it down here. Guarded well by the future Minnesota Golden Gopher, Jameer. Actually, that's Marcus McClary, excuse me. Jameer Harris is wearing number 4. I can never really guess those two because they both play the same. They don't even look anything alike. And you know what, Terry? Mark McClary and Jameer Harris, they play the same exact kind of game, and it scares me. Here come the Patrick School again after another turnover by the Highwayman. A jag again, draped into the corner. Speedy Walker with it. Back to Richards. Richards spinning, shot, good. And Nick Richards has got 7 of the 12 points. And between Richards and Walker, all 12 points by 2 different players. That would have counted for Leandre Washington. Here's Leandre Washington going to the line. Patrick School knocked off St. Joe Hamilton in the first round. Knocked off Mater Dei in the second. Won against Ranney School. Then to win sectionals, they defeated their longtime Union County rival Roselle Catholic 71-62. As here is Jameer Harris with his first 3. Harris with his first 3 of the night. Leandre Washington with his first 2. It's 15-6. The Patrick School again on top. The winner will face the number 3 seed, Don Bosco Prep Ironman, the hottest team around, winners of now 21 consecutive games. But before we get to Terry Collins, score that basket by Corey Gordon. Again, have you ever seen a team, again, like Don Bosco, than what you saw, again, just earlier, just a few moments ago, I guess?
No, and like I said, if you look into tomorrow's night's game, not to get too ahead of ourselves, but the height and size and the physicalness of Don Bosco Prep and versus maybe a team like the Patrick School should make an exciting matchup. But again, we have here where Teaneck comes into this game as the Group 3 state champs, so they're not looking to just be happy to be here in the tournament champs, but they want to try to play as well as they can to win this game also.
Patrick School's won 10 in a row as Corey Gordon now with 5 points. Teaneck has won 7 in a row. Patrick School again has won 10 in a row coming into this game tonight. Again, the Patrick School did not play on Friday because they are the top seed. In fact, in TOC, you only have, of the 4 teams again, I should say, of all the teams again who play, only the top 2 seeds don't get to play, and that includes the Patrick School and Linden. And Mark McClary, the future Monmouth commit, will go, Monmouth State commit that is, will go to the line here, and he hits the first and he misses the second. Boyd Coca, also a future Tulane product, into the ball game. As again, the Celtics lead is 7. Another steal again. Jordan Walker, better known to his friends as Jelly Walker. He's got blazing speed like Jaquay James. Walker from the wing, got it, and Jordan Walker delivers again. Walker and Richards, 15 of the 19 points between the two of them. I got to be perfectly honest with you, Terry. Right now, every time you watch a talent like St. Patrick's School, they should be doing pretty much everything as Adrian Balcom buries his first 3 of the night. And again, Terry, Teaneck has got to go shot for shot here.
Right, and again, they have to rebound as they're doing there, but they have to minimize, again, their mistakes and turnovers.
Washington answers here as Chris Chavanis has seen enough. He does the in-game situation while Mike Rice does the head coaching. 30-second timeout called, and now Leandre Washington with 5, and now here come the Highwaymen. They're making a run here with 2:24 again left to go, so let's recap again. The Patrick School, again, as mentioned, 6 Division I commits, including Jordan Walker. 5 of them are committed to play Division I. Nick Richards headed to Kentucky. Marcus McClary going to Monmouth. Jameer Harris, he's going to Minnesota. Jordan Walker's a future D1 player. Boyd Coca, and even players again, as mentioned, like Bulajang and Boyd Coca. They're both headed to play for Mike Dunleavy at Tulane University. On the other end, Teaneck has future Division I standouts in Jaquay James and senior Leandre Washington. Teaneck can always put up a fight, and they have done that, again, knocking off a very tough but physical Newark Westside team just a few nights ago. Valdir Manuel also could play Division I somewhere, as he is anxiously waiting to get in. It's going to take him a few minutes. He was not allowed into the game during a timeout, so he's going to have to sit here during this possession. Meanwhile, the Patrick School, Alamir Dawes into the game. Inside to Coca. Whistle silent again. Rice not happy with that decision again. Both him and Chavanis. James approaching 2 minutes again remaining. Mike Rice's daughter's team was here earlier today, eliminated by Manasquan, defeating Red Bank Catholic. And then Franklin knocked off the top-seeded Rutgers Prep. So it'll be Manasquan and Franklin at 6:30 tomorrow night. Leandre Washington with a little nifty maneuver. Washington now with 7. A slow start. He's got 7 in a row. Dawes inside the slam to Nick Richards. Between Richards and Walker, all 17, or should say, 17 to the 21 between Walker and Richards. There's just no stopping the big 6'11" Nick Richards. Terry.
You got to be excited on how, this Teaneck team has come out playing with a lot of heart, and that's what this game is going to be about for them. Obviously, they're the smaller team, they're outsized, but again, you can never measure a person's heart, and right now they're playing with a lot of heart.
Jaquay James gets the inbounds pass, finds again Adrian Balcom. Balcom dumping it inside again And also into the game is number 10. That's Corey Petty. That 2-point basket, I think that's Petty. Did Petty? Yes, it is. That's number 10. That's Corey Petty. This Teaneck team coming on in a big way. Valdir Manuel, the Angolan native, into the game, lives with co-coach Chris Chavanez during the season, and then in the offseason, he actually resides in Philadelphia, where he lives with Coatesville native John Allen. Here's AA, Alamir Dawes. From the corner, it's, I believe, McClary, and that shot will fall short. Washington almost stepping out of bounds. That, Terry, was almost a mental mistake.
Right, and that was a good heads-up play by him not to touch that ball, knowing he had already stepped out of bounds.
So now Teaneck can build again, as mentioned here. The Highwaymen, who would have thought for the first time tonight they could tie or take the lead with a 3? Washington, and Jerome Smart's going to take this down to the last shot here. Smart type of basketball. Dawes again covered well on Washington. As we are now down to 10 seconds again remaining here in the first quarter. For the right to play, the Ironman of Don Bosco. Splitting the gap is Washington. That shot won't go, and that will do it. Washington had a good look, Terry, but unfortunately he just could not deliver.
Right, you couldn't ask for a better look to be able to get into the lane wide open, but it just rimmed out.
Second quarter action up next. The Celtics have been led tonight by Nick Richards and Jordan Walker, 17 of the 21 between the two of them. Here on the It's All About Sports Broadcast Network at the Toms Rivers Pine Belt Arena. I'm Jacob Schwartz and Terry Collins.
I'll take a lemonade.
That'll be $2.37.
Your sign says $1.
Yeah, but that doesn't include fees and added taxes.
Fees and added taxes?
They're all listed on your bill.
Are you kidding me?
There's the line access fee, the standing on my lawn fee, the fresh fruit high cost fee, the poison control surcharge.
Don't pay more for taxes and fees. With T-Mobile One, taxes and fees are now included. 4 lines, $40 each. All unlimited, all in.
And tips.
Learn more at a T-Mobile store.
Hi, my name is Megan Hunter. I'm the owner and director at Groove Dance Fitness Training. We specialize in dance cardio and different genres of music. We also specialize in nutrition, meal plans, and meal prep service. So if you're ready to get fit, come rock with us.
It's Ram Truck Month at Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Spirit has over 400 vehicles to choose from and 70 trucks on the ground ready to roll today. Drive home a new 2017 Ram 1500 Quad Cab for as low as $149 per month. Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will get you driving today. Rates start at 0% with terms up to 84 months. For over 25 years, the Delaware Valley's smartest shoppers have been saving thousands on their new vehicle with the Spirit Saver price. Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is right off I-95 at the base of the Commodore Barry Bridge. You're only minutes away. Online 24/7 at SpiritChryslerDodgeJeep.com. Spirit, we're selling excitement. Spirit.
Teams, we had some PIAA work going on earlier today, and that was between Delaware Valley Charter taking on Valley Forge. Semifinals are coming up Tuesday and Wednesday night for the right to play in the PIAA State Championship on Friday and Saturday at Hershey's Giant Arena. But here in Toms River, the Pine Belt Arena, this is the Tournament of Champions. We already have our state champions of New Jersey crowned. Teaneck, the Group 4, or I should say, excuse me, the Group 3 champions, taking on the new non-public B champions, the Patrick School Celtics. Following the miss, good touch pass inside, and this is what the Patrick School can do, and this is how they beat you. Fall Deer Manuel with an easy 2 for the talented junior. Again, the Patrick School, this was a typical textbook Patrick School play.
Right, and they can get out and run in open field and offensive transition, and Teaneck's got to be able to keep up with them. Like I said, they're big and tall in size, but they can run as well.
The question becomes is how much longer can they keep up this energy here, because Teaneck is already starting to spread the floor. Now, they still do lead by 4. Anything is certainly possible here in this second game. We saw this in a classic first game between Don Bosco Prep and Linden. We have a foul called, so 4 fouls on the Celtics and 2 fouls on on Teaneck. Sal almost picked away. Here's Balcom inside, finds Dawson, and Dawson delivers. I believe that was Jaden Dawson with a 7-point performance. And Dawson leading the way now with 7. Actually, it's Leandre Washington and Dawson each with 7 points. My apologies. Thought it was Corey Gordon. It's Corey Gordon, I believe. Jaden Dawson is number 11. Here come the Patrick School Celtics. As Mark McClary again will inbound it. Olimir Dawes, guarded again by the speedy 5'8" Jaquay James. And you knew, Terry, coming into this game, this was going to be a battle of guards.
Right, again, as you see, an offensive foul there.
That was a 5-second.
5-second violation, I'm sorry. But again, they're small, but their guards are fast. And again, as long as they can continue to keep this game close and minimize their turnovers, they have an opportunity to win this apparently now.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the Patrick School, which is formerly known as St. Patrick's. You think about the talent that they've had over the years. Mike Rice has won a state championship. It's his first in school history on his end, but the school itself has had a string of state championships. And you got to think about the greatest players that have come out of that school, from Kyrie Irving to Michael Gilchrist to Kari Johnson to Al Harrington and Dexter Strickland. I mean, there's been just a string of players that have gone through this long-time Elizabeth school. Amir Dawes fouled, late foul, and I wasn't sure about this one. Jerome Smart not happy. Neither's the Teaneck fan base. Again, 3 shots coming up for Al Amir Dawes.
Right, and I wasn't so much sure that it was a foul. I know they probably have a better look at it, but I know the Teaneck bench wasn't too happy with that call.
Well, that foul called on Adrian Balcom. That's going to be his second personal. And now Alamir Dawes goes to the line here. He's a good foul shooter, actually about an 85% foul shooter. A rare miss by Alamir Dawes. A late whistle, again, as mentioned, came in. I do think there was contact on that. PIAA about to start semifinals Tuesday night following the winter weather storm Stella that took place on Tuesday night, which is why we at It's All About Sports Broadcast Network are here this evening for the TOC semifinals. Originally supposed to be played on Friday evening, and we weren't supposed to work until Monday. So now Don Bosco, after winning tonight against Linden, are going to have less than 24 hours to prepare for one of these two teams. But that's what happens, again, as mentioned, when you live in the East Coast and you have to deal with this kind of weather. The weather, we can't really predict the weather, as they say. 2 shots good, or 1 of 2. I should say Alamir Dawes goes, I should say 2 for 3. And out of bounds. Out of bounds it goes. It'll be Patrick School basketball. 5:28 again remaining here in the first half. Along with Terry Collins, this is Jacob Schwartz for the It's All About Sports Broadcasting Network of the TOC NJSIAA Semifinal Edition. Alamir Dawes connects with 5 in a row. That last 3 for him makes him 5 points for him. Celtics now starting to extend this lead. They're spreading the floor. Leandre Washington 3, no good, out of bounds. And it's going to stay Teaneck basketball, Terry.
And again, this lead is now up to 7, which I believe is their biggest lead. So Teaneck's going to need to score and capitalize on this possession to keep it under that.
They're going to have to do somebody besides Jaquay James is going to have to step up. I believe that's Dawson again with 9. And the Celtics lead with 9, and now tension again. A little bit of a whistle, a little bit of arguing going on. And now they're going to say it's going to be, wait a second, I thought there was just some tension. As we're about to have a substitution. In the meantime, though, 3 minutes gone by here in the second quarter of play. Patrick School trying to go to the TOC Finals. And as a lot of people here in New Jersey have said, it's really tournament TOC or bust in this tournament. Now, they've already accomplished one. They've won the state championship for the first time in years. They've got at least close to 20 state titles under longtime coach Kevin Boyle, whose new team, Montverde Academy, will be back at Dick's Nationals for at least the 6th consecutive, if not 5th consecutive year, which we will hopefully, It's All About Sports, will be a part of come, I should say, 2 weeks from now, where we will be at Christ the King in Queens, and we will finish our weekend at the world's famous arena, Madison Square Garden, and that'll be the weekend of Final Four play. No, we will not be in Phoenix, Arizona, but we'll be as close to the national champs as ever. We'll be 3,000 miles away in New York City. Jaquay James brings the basketball up. James got it again. A mismatch on Alamir Dawes. Washington again. This is the problem, Terry. The size really has hurt this Highwaymen team.
Right, it has, but again, when you're playing with heart, then that means a lot more than even size. As we see there, they hit another three-point basket.
Big knockdown 3 again. Big knockdown 3, I should say, by the Highwaymen. I think that was Jaden Dawson. I'm not 100% on that. Richards muscling his way inside. It's going to be on the floor, and they're going to call this on Pierre Sal, and that's going to be the 5th personal. That's going to be the 2nd now on Sal, as the Celtics again try to just keep this lead. Teaneck has never led in this basketball game. Sal takes a seat. Petty, I believe, comes into the ball game here. They go back to Manuel, who shoots a long-range 3. Not the shot that Rice wanted, but Richards hit hard. And then Petty immediately separated Nick Richards. And then Petty kind of shoving Richards to the side. What was that about?
Well, listen, things get a little physical down there when you're fighting and playing aggressive and trying to get a rebound, especially knowing your team is, in a close game. So you want every single rebound you can get. So sometimes it gets chippy. I don't think it was nothing personal, just physical play.
And he tried to stand up to the big fella. Hats off to him on that, but I think I already know who might win that fight between him and Nicholas Richards. And here is the McDonald All-American, who just a few weeks from now, if not 2 weeks from now, will head to Chicago and represent his high school as one of the many McDonald All-Americans. And you think about the string of All-Americans that this longtime Elizabeth School has had. Again, we won't mention names. We already have. And for Richards, he has always said what an honor it is to be in that list of great athletes, including his longtime hero, Kyrie Irving, who recently won an NBA championship with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Richards now got it going on now with 10. Back on the ground they go again to James. Back to Washington again. Highwaymen again trying to tie with a 3 or be down 1. James, guarded again by Walker, who recently checked back into the ballgame. So again, the Highwaymen just trying to get that right shot. Now it's James for the tie. Yes, we're tied at 29. Jacquay James with his much-needed type of three. It is only the second field goal tonight for Jacquay James, but Terry, for the first time tonight, it ties it up at 29.
And right now, the Bullies getting punched in the mouth. And now we're going to have to see how they're going to react to, this being a close game.
Again, this is small versus large, as a lot of people might be saying, as Richards missing the shot. And how about not even a 6-foot guard, Leandre Washington with a rebound. It's back on the ground. They go to James. Washington, I don't know if he was pushed or if he just fell on his own. Washington gets it back here. To Dawson, back on the ground again, goes to James. James, this guy can heat up when the game is on the line. Remember, most of his 21 points came in the second half. Washington, and an offensive foul. It's going the other way. Teaneck. Just say Teaneck. N-E-C-K. So an offensive foul, which will go back to the Patrick School. It's going on the Teaneck basketball program. Again, Walker brings it up, finds his 6'11" senior Richards. Richards guarded again by Walker. Walker, Harris for three in the lead, no good. Another rebound, who else? It's Alamir Dawes. And look at the mismatch again. Manuel inside, and Richards delivers. And again, the Patrick School can just overpower this Teaneck team down the stretch. Richards, a game high of 12 points. The McDonald All-American showing why he wants more than just a state title. He wants a TOC. Under 2 minutes left to go here until halftime. Washington into the lane. He'll shoot two, I believe. We'll have to find out if it's on the ground.
No, and they're taking it right to him. If you look at the size of these guards and look at the big men that Patrick School has down in the paint, they're not pulling up taking jumpers. They're taking it all the way to the basket, looking to drive and get layups and draw fouls, which they've done well so far.
Washington goes to the line and hits the first. Again, Washington, normally a 90% or better foul shooter here. And now looks like Washington's points have gone out. Well, I think it's just for the Celtics with the subs. No, Washington is he's at the line again. He hits both. DeAndre Washington now with a 9-point performance, and we have a timeout on the floor with 1:46 again remaining here in the first half. Tied at 31 between the Patrick School and Teaneck. Jacob Schwartz, Terry Collins for another edition of the It's All About Sports Broadcasting Network. The NJSIAA State Championship has come and gone, so now it's time to focus our attention to the extended edition of NJSIAA Basketball, the Tournament of Champions. And now it comes down to 3 teams. Don Bosco, the non-public A champions, knocking off again the Group 4 champion Linden Tigers, trying to make it back to the TOC Finals for the second year in a row. Knocked off by Don Bosco, making their first trip to the Tournament of Champion Finals in 30 years. They have not gone since officially 1976. And for the Patrick School, they're trying to add another piece of chapter to their history by trying to make it to yet another TOC Finals and try to cap off a season for 6 Division I commits. Out of bounds, and here come the Highwaymen with an opportunity. Here is Jacquay James. James, step back shot, no. Rebound again, and James kind of got the fans up on their feet, but unable to deliver. Alamir Dawes into the lane. Cross-court pass inside, an easy 2 for Ajang, the future two-lane commit. Ajang gets on the board early, and the Celtics lead is back up to 2. Here's Leandre Washington. Doubled up again, and they go back on the ground again to Washington. Washington. Richards again coming to help. Finds James. James with 45 seconds to go. Highwaymen again have still not led. We've had 3 ties and no lead changes tonight. And a 5-second violation on James. And somebody's got to be there to help out. Jerome Smart telling his team somebody's got to be there to help.
Yeah, and again, we've seen a close game here, and primarily when you're looking at the fact that it's a close game, it's partially due to the fact that they haven't had a whole lot of turnovers, and they've made some good crucial baskets.
But that was a big turnover right there, that 5-second call. Somebody's got to be there to help Jacquay James.
Right. And there's a turnover, the ball back to Teaneck, and Teaneck will have a chance to either go in with a lead or tie this game up going into halftime, which is crucial.
I still don't understand with the offensive foul. It looks like they're going to call a moving. I don't even know where the foul was, but I guess they're going to call this on Bola Zhang. That's going to be his second personal. Final 20 seconds again remaining here in the first half of play. Highwaymen again have really stood their ground. The number 4 seed have stood their ground again, as mentioned, here today against a tough and physical Patrick School team. James in trouble. Washington. He traveled. And now the Patrick School with an opportunity to go into the lead at the half. At the buzzer, it'll count for Walker, and that will do it. And we are through one half of play, ladies and gentlemen. The Celtics, led by Nick Richards, the McDonald All-American, 12 points and close to 9 rebounds. We'll take a short break, back with the second half again. Take a short break again. It's the Patrick School. Could be again, as mentioned, 16 minutes away from going back to the Tournament of Champion Finals right here in the 2017 edition of the TOC Semifinals here at Pine Belt Arena in Toms River, New Jersey. All right, we're off.
It's Ram Truck Month at Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Spirit has over 400 vehicles to choose from and 70 trucks on the ground ready to roll today. Drive home a new 2017 Ram 1500 Quad Cab for as low as $149 per month. Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will get you driving today. Rates start at 0% with terms up to 84 months. For over 25 years, the Delaware Valley's smartest shoppers have been saving thousands on their new vehicle with the Spirit Saver price. Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is right off I-95 at the base of the Commodore Barry Bridge. You're only minutes away. Online 24/7 at SpiritChryslerDodgeJeep.com. Spirit, we're selling excitement. Spirit.
Oh, look, we've got fees.
Ew, really?
Oh, it's our Verizon bill.
Look at them. Line access fee, administrative fees. There are even taxes on top of them.
Decent people shouldn't have to live like this.
Did I get it?
T-Mobile ends surprise fees and taxes. That's right. With T-Mobile One, taxes and fees are now included. 4 lines, $40 each. All unlimited, all in. Learn more at a T-Mobile store.
Hi, my name is Megan Hunter. I'm the owner and director at Groove Dance Fitness Training. We specialize in dance cardio and different genres of music. We also specialize in nutrition, meal plans, and meal prep service. So if you're ready to get fit, come rock with us.
Jacob Schwartz here on another edition of the It's All About Sports Broadcasting Network here at the Pine Belt Arena in Toms River, New Jersey, alongside Terry Collins. St. Patrick's School, better known now as the Patrick School, trying to make it yet to another Tournament of Championship finals and would meet the Don Bosco Prep Ironman, who earlier today knocked off the number 2 seeded Linden, advancing to their first TOC finals in over 30 years. Marcellus Earlington led all scorers with 23 points, and Ron Harper Jr. certainly making a name for himself, the second coming of 5-time NBA champion Ron Harper Sr. As he finished again with 17, Don Bosco has now won 21 consecutive games, have not lost since back in December, losing to their Bergen County rival, Bergen Catholic. As Boulajang gets things going, Celtics now lead by 4. Zhang now with a 4-point performance. Again, PIAA basketball officially wrapping up its doors. We'll have their Final Four on Tuesday night. We know 2 teams that are in. That'll be the Reading Knights, led by another McDonald All-American Lonnie Walker. Future Miami Hurricane. They will take on the Archbishop Ryan Raiders, led by NJIT commit Isaiah Brockington. Here's Washington, shot no good. And Richards, again, another McDonald All-American with the rebound. Walker lost it on his own. And here come the Highwaymen. Washington to James. James back out again. Baucom, 3 is no good. Jaden Dawson, by the way, we've established, is wearing number 11. He's got 9. 2-on-1 and slam, jam, bam for Nick Richards.
Well, again, this is game now a 6-point lead. Now we have an early timeout. I was just going to say they're going to have to watch this game because second half, Patrick School is learning to turn it on. And, again, they don't want to let this get out of control.
Well, that was a good touch pass, by the way, to Richards. This is typical Patrick School basketball.
Right. And, again, Patrick School, like you said, they have a lot of talent on this team. And this game can easily get out of control fast if Teaneck isn't careful. So I think that was a great timeout call.
Well, you've got 6 Division I players, like you said, on the team, Terry. Patrick School, again, as mentioned, 27-4 overall. Winners of 10 in a row. Non-public B champions for at least the 20th, if not 21st time in their school history. The first, by the way, under co-coach Michael Rice. Remember, this guy's got a string of, well, I don't know about the string of titles, but this is a guy who knows how to win. A man who assumed reins at both Robert Morris and Rutgers University. And for those of you who have been living under a rock, Mike Rice is a man who came a long way after a long scandal. It wasn't a scandal involving the relationships that he had with his players at Rutgers, relieved of his duties just 5 years ago. In fact, it not only was a local scandal, it was a national type of scandal. Heck, Saturday Night Live actually was making fun of Coach Mike Rice. Melissa McCarthy, in fact, Mike Rice went on to comment in a local journal that he was actually a fan of that sketch. But Rice has certainly come a long way. He is now working full-time at the Hoop Group, which is an organization that caters to AAU basketball. Nick Richards with another slam. He's got 16. Rice could be on the verge of winning not only a state title, but a TOC champions. Terry, my hats go off to this Patrick School team. This is how you play Elizabeth-style basketball.
Right, and they're playing well right now in the second half as they've turned it up. But again, they've got to play 4 quarters of basketball because, like I said early on, you see Teaneck is playing with a lot of heart, and heart doesn't just necessarily go away easily.
Well, I do love also the coaching style of Chris Chivanis. Now, Chivanis now the principal at the Patrick School, longtime assistant under Kevin Boyle, has spent over 2 decades under Kevin Boyle's wing, and he also has, again, come a long way, and I love the chemistry that both he and Mike Rice, again, have with one another, and they have produced some great basketball talent. Here's Jordan Walker, who could be a future Seton Hall Pirate. In fact, just a few back on Super Bowl Sunday, we saw the Patrick School play Trayvon Duvall in the IMG Academy. Seton Hall that day brought an entire student section. And, boy, that was a close call. Our camera almost falling to the ground on that one, but looks like we're okay, though. Yep, we're all right, though. little trouble in paradise. Good reaction, again, as mentioned by our cameraman, Dots. Robert Wesley, by the way, is his legal name. Walker again. Now, during that day, on the regular season finale, the Patrick School and IMG, when they faced off against one another, an entire Seton Hall bus came over to Roselle Catholic. I happened to announce that game, and an entire student section of Seton Hall fans were sitting right behind us. They wanted between Trayvon Duval and Jordan Walker. And this is a guy, Terry, who's come a long way as well. Walker still uncommitted. I mean, is it possible this guy could end up at a Seton Hall type school?
Well, I'm sure he could. A lot of time kids don't want to make the decision too early. They want to think things out all the way to the end before they just make a fast decision.
Well, we know that Walker's one of the many people, and we won't mention all the names, but Walker is one of them. And that's what includes with the 6 D1 players. Coca headed to Tulane along with Bola Zhang. Here is McClary, and he is actually, that was Walker grabbed from behind, and that's going to be the first foul called on the 5'6" Jaquay James. Always have been a huge, and I want to go on record and say I'm a big Mike Rice fan, like I said, back from his days in college basketball. And even his chemistry that he has with the hoop group. And he's done a phenomenal job as a full-time director during the offseason. Coaches Team Rio, which is an AAU team in New Jersey, and features star sophomore players like Scotty Lewis and Brian Antoine. And Rice has really blossomed his way since coming back into basketball. He also was coaching AAU for his daughter Katie. Unfortunately, their season comes to an end today for Red Bank Catholic, losing to Manasquan. So I know Mike Rice has got to have a little bit of emotion going. Knows that he wants to win a TOC. Richards now with 17 points and close to 10 rebounds. Make that 2 for 2 for Richards. But again, the Celtics have really taken control here. This was tied, actually, or I should say this was a 2-point lead. And now Nicholas Richards at 18. And now the Celtics have blown this game open. Terry, what do the Highwaymen need to do to get themselves back into the ballgame?
Well, again, they're going to have to make some defensive stops here. They haven't made a whole lot of defensive stops. They're not hitting the three-point basket like they were early on. As we see, they just missed 2 in a row, but they were able to draw a foul. But, again, they're not shooting as well as they did in the first half. They're not getting the most out of their possessions.
DeAndre Washington was the one who was fouled. He's looking for his first points here in the second half. He's still alive for 3 following the first foul committed by the future Minnesota Golden Gopher, Jameer Harris. And now DeAndre Washington hitting the first of 2 shots. Washington, again, was never a state champion, but he did manage to become, get his name out there as a member of the Roselle Catholic. He played most of his life in Teaneck and made his return home for his senior year as he is able to deliver. He's tic-tac-toe. He's 3 in a row for Washington. Washington now with a 12-point performance. Washington again with 12, so now he is leading the way for the Highwaymen, the now Group 3 back-to-back champions. The new non-public A champion, Patrick School. That one's stolen. Here's an opportunity for the Highwaymen as we're approaching the halfway point of the third. Washington, long range 3. I think he was trying to draw that foul. Richards with a block. Inside, Jaden Dawson. Dawson now with 11. Big-time shot for Dawson. $11 for Dawson, the second player in double figures for the Highwaymen. Almost some steps again by McClary. Walker guarded again by Washington. Walker in a little bit of trouble. Gets the screen from Richards. Walker inside to McClary. No good, denied by Petty. Here come the Highwaymen. Here comes Washington. Coast to coast. Shot, no. I think Washington was trying to force that shot. There's an opportunity for Jordan Walker. He's fouled, but way before the act of shooting. Alamir Dawes into the game, and looks like he's going to replace the future Monmouth player, Mark McClary. Monmouth is here in the building today. Seton Hall is here. Member coaches Grant Billmeyer and Fred Hill are here today. Richards, don't be surprised if the Patrick School goes on to win. Don't be surprised if you get an appearance tomorrow night from John Calipari himself. Kentucky's season is still alive, but I wouldn't be surprised if Coach John Calipari makes his appearance sometime this week. And we have a timeout on the floor as the Patrick School Celtics try to go back to the TOC Finals as they lead Teaneck 43-36. 3:22 again left to play here in the third quarter. Celtics lead the Teaneck Highwaymen, non-public A, and the Group 3 champions. The defending Teaneck Highway Group 3 champions. Again, the size has really hurt this Teaneck team. An average size right now of at least 6'4". This is like a Western PA type high school team going up against a college program as Richards hit from behind, whistles silent. Shavanis wanted contact. He gets a call down there, or since he doesn't get a call down there, Washington does. To the line he goes for 2 shots here. Richards might have been pushed in the back. The refs don't see it, yet they see the one on Washington, and 2 shots coming up again for him. Alamir Dawes called for his 3rd personal foul. That's going to be the 3rd on him and the 3rd overall team foul. Here is Washington to the line and hits the first. Washington having a decent night with 13. Terry, what must the Highwaymen, again as mentioned, do? You said they need a run. So far, they're inches away. It seems like inch by inch they are crawling back into this game.
Well, one thing they're doing is they're shooting foul shots pretty well. And again, they've made some stops, and they have to just play with confidence and believe in themselves. And they got that 10-point lead back down to 5, and there's a big shot right there. But they're still playing with them themselves.
I just want to say that Teaneck doesn't have to worry about foul shooting, because Teaneck is among the league leaders in foul shooting. After Jordan Walker buries his 12th point, Celtics still with that 7-point lead. Here's Washington. They go back to Dawson, back to Jacquay James. Again, we'll take our camera and head to the press room for post-game press conference. We'll also have a press conference tomorrow. The winners go to the Tournament of Champions, the Tournament of Champion Finals, that is, at the Sun National Bank Center in Trenton, New Jersey. Don Bosco, we know, is one of them. They knocked out the defending Group 4 champions and number 2 overall seed, Linden Tigers, with a 65-58 win thanks to 23 points by Marcellus Earlington. James again, it's going to be hard here again with this size. James able to somehow stay on the line. Balcom inside, and he's just swatted away. And again, Manuel just toying, but a critical mistake again, a mental error by the Golden Gopher commit Jameer Harrison. Again, opportunities, Terry, can really hurt you like it did on that end.
Right, and it can, but that was a good shot, just a better defensive play. But right there, we see he stepped out of bounds, and here's another opportunity for Teaneck to cut this lead down to 4 maybe.
There's Phil Colicchio again, as mentioned, down on the baseline. Hats off again to his program, who battled their way on both ends of the basketball. I've always enjoyed Phil Colicchio. I'm a big fan of him. From his, again, with his the chemistry that he has had with his players over 20 years of coaching, and the relationship he had with coaches like Kevin Boyle and Mike Rice, and even guys like Bob Hurley Sr. As Jordan Walker again getting nifty on that one, as Walker now at 14, another miss again by the Highwaymen and a loose ball foul, and this one's again going on Adrian Balcom. That loose ball foul now will be called on Adrian Balcom. That's going to be his 4th personal. And now it seems like the Celtics are in a good state of mind.
Right, they are. But again, this is still a single-digit lead. And again, we see just not too long ago in this quarter where it was a 10-point lead that they were able to cut to 5. So this team from Teaneck is going to keep playing hard.
Well, the Celtics... Jordan Walker, 14 points for him. And I got to tell you, Walker, I think anybody that's recruiting him, whether it is Seton Hall and whether it's Oregon State or, any of those types of schools, would be very fortunate to have him. And here is Harris for three, and down it goes. Harris with a knockdown three. His second three of the night, and now it's a 12-point lead for the Celtics, 50-38 with a minute left or close to a minute left to go here in the third quarter. Miss again by James. Petty gets rejected by Manuel, and now the Celtics with a 3-on-2. Dawes, three, no, and I don't think that was the right decision again. Washington. Tough shot, good again. That is actually Jaden Dawson with his first two. Corey Gordon, by the way, is the one who has himself 11 points, by the way, in case anybody was wondering. But Dawson with his first 2 points. Actually, Dawson now, by the way, with 5. Harris, no good. And a loose ball foul. And I think it's going on the Patrick School. We have subs coming into the ball game. And with 22.7 again left to go, Jacque James back to Washington. Washington guarded again by Walker. Manuel comes out to help. Washington fires a three. That one no good. Rebound again. Opportunity. Here comes Walker. Look at the blazing speed. Flies into the lane. Tries to go inside to Harris. Offensive foul, I should say. And it's called on the Patrick School.
That was a good defensive play to get back, get his feet set, and I believe it was an offensive foul.
It was. And it's going to be called on Jordan Walker. And again, the Highwaymen able to get back. Final 2.8 to go. James turning on that speed. James beats one man. It would have counted for Jacque James, but the Celtics dominating that third quarter of play. Now with the largest lead, it's a 10-point lead. Nick Richards has got it going on here with 18, but Jordan Walker, Terry, what a third quarter for him en route to 14.
Right, he's had a big quarter, and he's going to have to continue to play well. And I'm actually surprised that Harris only has 6 points. Last time I had the opportunity to see him play here, he kind of lit Hudson Kaplan up with, I believe, 6 or 7 three-point baskets. So he actually only has 2 today and 6 points.
Celtics could be 8 minutes away from returning to the TOC Finals against Don Bosco Prep, who won earlier today. We'll find out right after this from the Pine Belt Arena. Just for a few minutes.
Hi, my name is Megan Hunter. I'm the owner and director at Groove Dance Fitness Training. We specialize in dance cardio and different genres of music. We also specialize in nutrition, meal plans, and meal prep service. So if you're ready to get fit, come rock with us.
It's Ram Truck Month at Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Spirit has over 400 vehicles to choose from and 70 trucks on the ground ready to roll today. Drive home a new 2017 Ram 1500 Quad Cab for as low as $149 per month. Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will get you driving today. Rates start at 0% with terms up to 84 months. For over 25 years, the Delaware Valley's smartest shoppers have been saving thousands on their new vehicle with the Spirit Saver price. Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is right off I-95 at the base of the Commodore Barry Bridge. You're only minutes away. Online 24/7 at SpiritChryslerDodgeJeep.com. Spirit, we're selling excitement. Spirit.
I'll take a lemonade.
That'll be $2.37.
Your sign says $1.
Yeah, but that doesn't include fees and added taxes.
Fees and added taxes.
They're all listed on your bill.
Are you kidding me?
There's the line access fee, the standing on my lawn fee, the fresh fruit high cost fee, the poison control surcharge.
Don't pay more for taxes and fees. With T-Mobile One, taxes and fees are now included. 4 lines, $40 each. All unlimited, all in.
And tips.
Learn more at a T-Mobile store.
Jacob Schwartz, Terry Collins for the It's All About Sports Broadcast Network's edition of the Tournament of Champion Finals. If the St. Patrick's or the Patrick School would be their first as the Patrick School, Richards trying to make sure that a game high of 20 points for the future Kentucky Wildcat. And for the Patrick School, it would be their 6th appearance in the TOC Finals. It would be second behind St. Anthony's, winning their 13th TOC final a year ago. St. Anthony's had won from 95 to 97 as far as consecutive. Teaneck has never again been to a TOC since the early 70s and have never won. Kevin Navarro has waited 22 years for an opportunity like this, and tomorrow night in the Sun National Bank Center, he is going to get that opportunity thanks to a 7-point win over a tough Linden program. Patrick School again, as with them all, the struggles again continue for this Teaneck basketball program. Again, Terry, it just seems like they have run out of gas here. Slam, by the way, by Nick Richards in 22. Like I said, Terry Collins, the Patrick School have just completely taken over this second half. I think Teaneck's run out of gas.
Right, and I think they put so much energy into keeping this game close and actually having a tie game in the first half, and we see now they're starting to run out of gas here.
Agreed. Harris inside. Actually, McClary, inside, and Mark McClary with his first field goal. He's got 3, and now the rout is on for the Patrick School. After this was as close as maybe 2 points in the first half. Washington inside, no good. Richards lost it, but a foul, and it's going, I think, on Washington. So Washington will not be getting credit for the steal. No, they're going to be calling Washington for the reach-in foul. Again, the Patrick School could win their 6th TOC championship, their first under the name the Patrick School. As again, St. Anthony's is only ahead of them with 13, including winning it last year. Nick Richards goes to the line here, and a 1-on-1 situation for a guy who at one time was one of the top worst foul shooters in all of Union County. That struggle continues again. Richards usually shoots 60% or worse. He's a native of Jamaica. He will play on the World Summit following the McDonald All-American game that he will play in on March 30th in Chicago, Illinois. Philadelphia, he'll join forces with P.J. Washington of Findlay Prep and Quad A. Green of Newman Goretti in Philadelphia next season for John Calipari's staff at the University of Kentucky. What is rightfully one of John Calipari's best recruiting class. And remember, that recruiting could still continue. Mo Bamba is still out there from the Westtown School, the number 2 player in America. And I'll tell you this, though, I mean, Nick Richards, what a job he has done as expected here tonight. Another double-double performance on his head as Leandre Washington, who could very well be playing his final game of his 4-year high school career, going to the line and hitting a pair, and he's got himself 16 points. Again, this would be the first appearance for the Patrick School as the Patrick School. And if they go on to win, it would be their 6th TOC championship. Jordan Walker with the carry. And now it'll be Teaneck basketball here. Approaching 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter, Terry.
And all they can ask to do is try to finish strong. I mean, there's a lot of basketball left here. Actually, 6 minutes, a 14-point game if they can, hit a couple shots in these next few possessions and make some stops defensively.
It's very rare that we don't see a school like St. Anthony. They were knocked out of the playoffs in the sectional finals by Hudson Catholic as Javon Quinterly and Luke King overpowered that St. Anthony play. And the Patrick School took control of the game after, as again the touch pass continues. That's McClary now with 4 in a row. He's got himself 5. He's committed to Monmouth State University right here in the New Jersey area. Washington trying to split the gap. James, long 3 is no good. Rebound again by Gordon, and they're going to count the basket to Gordon. And Gordon now with his, I believe, 13th point here tonight. Patrick School and Teaneck 1 versus 4 in the TOC finals, or semifinals, excuse me. The winner meets the number 3 seeded Don Bosco Ironman, who have won 21 consecutive games and are looking to continue to rewrite the history books. St. Patrick's, I should say, is trying to rewrite history, while Don Bosco tomorrow night could be 1 game away from making history. They have never been to a TOC finals in 30 years and have never won, as Richards off the miss, I believe, by McClary, and I think he did that intentionally, dumped it off for Richards to slam. He's got 24, and the big fella delivers. As expected, Richards putting on a clinic, and with 4:29 to go, I think fans have made their way to the exit. Those who are from the Patrick School, I think it's safe to say they're enjoying this, but many of the other fans are making their way to the exits, getting ready to get their kids ready for school tomorrow. Remember, there is still school tomorrow. As Washington goes to the line, he's got himself 17 points here. Again, we are headed to Trenton, New Jersey, the Sun National Bank Center. 6:30, Manasquan, I believe, will take on Franklin in the TOC Women's or Girls Championship at 6:30. At 8:15, it likely is going to be the Celtics of the Patrick School, and they will take on the Don Bosco Prep Ironmen. 1 versus 3. Oh, what a matchup that's going to be tomorrow night. Nick Richards versus Marcellus Earlington. Ronald Harper versus Mark McClary or Jameer Harris. Lots of talent on both sides. And I think that Don Bosco Prep, you could not have asked for a better matchup like you're getting here tonight. Although Linden is a good basketball team, I think the Patrick School would have overpowered them. Keep in mind, these two schools know each other all too well. They are Union County rivals. Patrick School knocked off Linden earlier in the month to win yet another Union County championship. Here's Washington again into the lane. Left hand is no good, and we have a foul. And Terry, your thoughts so far on this matchup?
Well, again, tomorrow night should be a great matchup. Not only in the boys championship, but in the girls championship as well. But tomorrow, St. Patrick's, I think, is going to be put to the test by the two-headed monster of Harper and Arlington, who had great games today. So I'm really looking forward to this game. And again, a lot of talent on both sides of the ball. And I think, looking at this game today, if Don Bosco Prep can keep this game close later on as it goes, then they may have a chance to win that game if they can get into the fourth quarter somewhere under 7, maybe 6 points.
Well, whatever happens, again, as mentioned, tomorrow night, we will be there live. Terry Collins and myself will be there live streaming the TOC Finals at the Sun National Bank Center in Trenton, New Jersey. James back to Balcom for three. It's no good. And rebound again. Pierre Sau into the ball game. St. Patrick's, by the way, as far as finals, they've been in this 7 times. Their first under the Patrick School. Highwaymen again, as mentioned. Just trying to finish this one out strong. Walker, blazing speed and all. That would have looked like that was close to offensive goaltending, and Richard should not have touched that. Pierre Sau is going to get called for the personal. That's going to be his 4th personal. And 2 shots coming up again for Nick Richards.
And Richards, again, had a great day for this team. He kind of came on fast at the beginning. Then I believe he sat a lot in that 3rd quarter. Or beginning of the 4th quarter, maybe it was. But, again, he's the big factor, and he's going to be the person that they're going to need tomorrow to be able to win that game against Don Bosco Prep.
And, again, this will be the 7th appearance, I believe. Or I should say this would be the 7th appearance in the TOC, looking for the 7th TOC championship in the school's history, as Richards now with 26 points, a game high. Him and Jordan Walker really took control of the show tonight. We'll talk with Richards and Walker at the end of tonight's game. We're not going to talk about for Walker his recruiting situation, but we are going to talk to him about what he did here tonight. And Walker, again, has just played well on both sides of the basketball. Walker. Again, I think Rice and Chavanis might want to start thinking about bringing in their guards. I guess you could maybe just start bringing in their subs. Here's Washington inside. Don't count the basket for Sau, but 2 shots coming up again. Both teams, again, are in the penalty. We'll head down to the floor again, as mentioned, at the end of this game. There goes Ron Harper Jr., 17 points in the 7-point win over Linden. This Don Bosco team, I mean, they are very special to watch. And even on a personal standpoint, and Terry, I think you'd agree with me, I'm a really big Don Bosco fan. I love the way they play their game. They move the ball well as a team. You can get 6 players in double figures.
Right, and how can you not like a team who has been winning games the way they have? Like you mentioned, they've won about 20 games in a row. They have 1 loss and on a big streak, and again, they're going to come in tomorrow night's game with the mentality that they've won those last 20, and they're going to plan on winning tomorrow night as well. So they're going to come in, I believe, with a chip on their shoulder, despite playing the #1 team in the state.
Well, remember this, that Don Bosco Prep for years has always been an incredible football program. Phil Sims, Dave Meggett, and many more have sent their sons to this all-boys school. Now it seems like basketball is starting to kind of pave the way for this, what was once a football, and still is, a football institution. Don Bosco, again, has made history, and they deserve to make history. And if they do go on to win tomorrow night, not only to win their first TOC championship in school history, but to just continue. Yes, we are. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing.
I feel like broadcast because MSG or NFHS Network has the right of first and second refusal. You have to go through them to do a live broadcast.
Well, Rob's the guy you need to talk to. We had no clue.
Where's the time at the end of second game? We've been here doing 2 games.
And so with 40 seconds to go, the Patrick School is on to the TOC Finals as they will wrap up yet another victory in dominant fashion. The number 1 seed will play the number 3 Don Bosco Prep Ironman, as Nick Richards will take home the It's All About Sports Player of the Game with a game high of 26 points. Jordan Walker really came on in a big way, Terry, with 14 points as well. And it's going to be Patrick School and Don Bosco Prep. Teaneck was led tonight by Lee Andre Washington with 17 points. Unfortunately for the Highwaymen, their season comes to an end. Their 7-game losing or winning streak is over. Alamir Dawes throws his hands up in celebration, and the Patrick School Celtics have defeated the Teaneck Highwaymen 64-45. Nick Richards again takes home 26 points. Patrick School goes to 28-4, and they will play at the Trenton, New Jersey Sun National Bank Arena. We're going to head down to the post-game show right after this for another edition of the It's All About Sports Network. For Terry Collins and Jacob Schwartz, St. Patrick's School, the Patrick School Celtics defeat Teaneck Highwaymen 64-45 and will meet Don Bosco Prep tomorrow night. 1 meets 3 at the Sun National Bank Center. All right, cut it. We're going down. Jacob Schwartz back here at the Pine Belt Arena, Toms River, New Jersey. The Patrick School back in the TOC Finals with a 64-45 win over the Teaneck Highwaymen, joined by the next big thing here at the Patrick School. And for the first time in your school history, Patrick School is in the TOC Finals, and I believe it's the 7th overall appearance. Nick Richards, 26 points. Congratulations to you. How are you feeling?
Feeling good about the win. We ain't finished yet. We just got to get one more done, and then it's everything we wanted.
Your story, I think everybody, including myself, knows. Headed to the University of Kentucky, another McDonald All-American. You're in like the same elite. I remember you saying in a story how you like to refer to yourself as the next big thing. You joined an elite group like Kyrie Irving, like Michael Gilchrist, and Dexter Strickland, and Al Harrington. Where do you see yourself personally ranked among those types of players?
I see myself as being one of those categories as one of those guys as the elite players that came out of St. Pat's or the Patrick School history. It's an honor. It's what I wanted. It's what I worked for, and just taking it day by day.
Well, tonight you also get a big 14-point night from Jelly himself, Jordan Walker. How big was he down the stretch?
He was a little shaky in the first half. Everybody was shaky in the first half. He does what he does. He's the best. What he do in the state. He helped us come back. He helped us build a 20-point lead eventually. So
yeah, tomorrow you go up against a very talented football player, Marcellus Arlington and Don Bosco Prep. What's the thing you're going to really need to do to adjust less than 24 hours thanks to Hurricane Stella, or I should say Winter Storm Stella?
And I'm going to go home, get some rest, watch some film, see what kind of plays they got, and hopefully we come back tomorrow with more energy and just try and get a win.
Nick, I think you've already taken enough energy out during this interview. I'm always teasing, but, we always love seeing you, and congratulations. Nick Richards, again, It's All About Sports Broadcasting Network's Player of the Game. 26 points on the night. The Patrick School, again, is back in the TOC Finals, a 64-45 win. Hopefully going to join Jordan Walker in a few moments. This is Jacob Schwartz again for another edition of It's All About Sports Broadcast Network. We know it's down to 2 in the TOC Finals. Patrick School and Don Bosco Prep. And we're back here at the Pine Belt Arena here in Toms River, New Jersey. Jacob Schwartz now here with another one of my favorite point guards. He has the name Jelly, and I can understand why. He is Jordan Walker joining us with 14 points tonight. And Jordan, first of all, it's great to see you as always. And I always enjoy being around you both on and off the court. You showed that today with 14 points. And, we were together just a few weeks ago on Super Bowl Sunday, a Seton Hall spectator bus that was actually brought in to Roselle Catholic. Yeah. And people were begging to have you commit to that school. What is going on with your story right now? Because it just seems in the last year you have really risen your stock. How have you been able to do that?
Well, my mother says always to me, if you leave a star in the closet, it's always you can't stop it from shining. And I feel like I'm a star, and eventually somebody was going to open the door, and that's exactly what happened. And now everybody's seeing the full potential that I have. But all I can dedicate that to is just hard work and working every day.
There are 6 Division I players on this team, including yourself, with Bola Zhang and Boy Coca going to Tulane, Nick Richards going to Kentucky, Mark McClary, Monmouth, Jameer Harris to Minnesota. There's certainly more. Valdir Manuel, I think, could be a Division I player. Of all those Division I type of players, how is it you're able to, I guess you could say, to kind of coexist with a group of D1 players like this? Because it seems like everybody probably wants, when you play with players like that, everybody wants to shoot.
That's exactly what happened. In the beginning of the season, summertime, it was hard. And towards the beginning of the season in Florida, you can tell it was difficult. But I had to take a step back, and we all had to realize what our role was. And we all had to understand that it could be anybody's night. You know what I'm saying? We have so many players from 1 through 10 that can really go to any other high school in New Jersey and be a major factor.
Absolutely.
So it's like an all-star team, and basically, we just have to find a way to, hey, sometimes it might be your night, sometimes it might be my night. You know what I'm saying?
Well, right now it's TOC or bust, according to many different New Jersey media outlets down here, and you are 1 win away from doing that. But talk about what happened today. It was kind of a slow start in the first half against 2 of the top guards in the state, Jacquay James and Leandre Washington, whom you know very well, back from the days at Roselle Catholic.
Yeah, well, both of those guards have played really, really well. I think in the first half we killed ourselves. I don't feel like they killed us. I feel like we definitely hurt ourselves. In the second half, we came together as a team. We made a lot of key stops, and we made a lot of easy buckets for each and every one of our players. So I feel like in the beginning it was a slow start, but towards the end we definitely kicked it up and used the teamwork that we're supposed to use.
I want to thank the good people at Winter Storm Stella. Thanks to that winter storm we had on Tuesday, postponing games. Originally was supposed to be a couple days of rest, but now you're right back at it 24 hours from now after playing tonight. Now you've got to get back to work for tomorrow against a tough Don Bosco with Marcellus Earlington, Ron Harper, Manley Dorme, Matt Harasme. I mean, this is a team like the Patrick School, that is that 1 through 10 type team that anybody can score and get hot at any time. What do you have to do to try to make this another TOC, I believe would be number 7?
Well, like Coach says, follow the formula. As long as we play the way we're supposed to play, play as a team, and like I said before, let whoever's night it is, let whoever's night be it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like as long as we do that, we definitely can beat anybody.
One final question. Kevin Boyle has had the privilege of winning many of the TOC and state championships. What have you learned from a great coach, co-coaches like Chris Chavanas and Mike Rice? Because remember, Mike Rice brings a lot of experience in the college world.
Well, both coaches, Chris Chavanas and Mike Rice, have taught me so much in the past 2 years. I don't think I would be the type of player I am right now if it wasn't for those two, because they changed my game around 360 degrees. They absolutely helped me grow on and off the court. And having Mike Rice, who's a Division I coach who actually did really well while he was coaching there, playing against probably some of the best point guards in the world maybe, and then having Chris Chavanas, who's been behind Boyle and who knows.
And is very involved in the school.
Exactly.
He's your principal, correct?
Exactly, yeah. Who knows Kyrie and all of them firsthand. So he's having a lot of great point guards in his hand, and I love and I feel blessed that I have 2 coaches that have all those great players around them, and now they're coaching me.
I used to beat Kyrie in one-on-one, if you believe that. Jordan Walker never believes that. Jordan Walker, as always, we appreciate you stopping by on another edition of the It's All About Sports Broadcast Network. 24 hours from now, Patrick School trying to rewrite the history books as they'll take on the Don Bosco Prep Ironman, the number 3 team. Jelly, we always appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you.
All right, Jordan Walker again joining us, and Nick Richards. Final score again, 65-46. The Patrick School knocks off the Teaneck Highwaymen behind 26 points from Nick Richards and 14 from Jordan Walker. So for all of us again here at the Pine Belt Arena in Toms River, New Jersey, I'm Jacob Schwartz for our partner Terry Collins. And let's bring Terry Collins in a few moments. Terry, do you have any final thoughts? Tomorrow night, Don Bosco versus the Patrick School. What a matchup we're going to have before we will have Manasquan and Franklin women's action. What are your thoughts going into tomorrow night?
I think tomorrow's going to be a good game. As we've seen that tonight, where Teaneck played well against the Patrick School, Don Bosco Prep is going to be able to probably play the same type of game where, if again they can stay close and keep it, somewhere under 10 points, around 7 or 6 points, that they'll have an opportunity to win. So We'll see tomorrow what they can do.
All right, thanks, Terry. So again, for Terry Collins, this is Jacob Schwartz on the It's All About Sports Broadcast Network. We look forward to seeing everybody again at the Sun National Bank Center in Trenton, New Jersey tomorrow night. Good night, everybody, from all of us at the Pine Belt Arena. Again, Don Bosco and the Patrick School.
It's Ram Truck Month at Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Spirit has over 400 vehicles to choose from and 70 trucks on the ground ready to roll today. Drive home a new 2017 Ram 1500 Quad Cab for as low as $149 per month. Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will get you driving today. Rates start at 0% with terms up to 84 months. For over 25 years, the Delaware Valley's smartest shoppers have been saving thousands on their new vehicle with the Spirit Saver price. Spirit Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is right off I-95 at the base of the Commodore Barry Bridge. You're only minutes away. Online 24/7 at SpiritChryslerDodgeJeep.com. Spirit, we're selling excitement. Spirit.
Oh, look, we've got fees.
Ew, really?
Oh, it's our Verizon bill.
Look at them. Line access fee, administrative fees. There are even taxes on top of them.
Decent people shouldn't have to live like this.
Did I get it?
T-Mobile ends surprise fees and taxes. That's right. With T-Mobile One, taxes and fees are now included. 4 lines, $40 each. All unlimited, all in. Learn more at a T-Mobile store.
Hi, my name is Megan Hunter. I'm the owner and director at Groove Dance Fitness Training. We specialize in dance cardio and different genres of music. We also specialize in nutrition, meal plans, and meal prep service. So if you're ready to get fit, come rock with us.